exposing. And I want people to tell German government that I'm back again. Especially, it's very beautiful to see me again, German government. And this time I came with different reports from German government. German will never stop doing evils. And I'm sure I will never stop exposing them. I'm 100% sure. German government. Next week Saturday, we start with German government. And I want to give this opportunity to all Nigerian immigrants who are living in Germany and Austria. I want to use this opportunity today to tell you people that on the 12th of October, there will be a deportation in Germany to deport Nigerian immigrants who are living in Germany. I want you people to take this seriously. Immigrants who are living in Germany, black Africans immigrants who are living in Germany, if you know you are from Nigeria, you should know that there will be a deportation flight to leave Germany to go to Nigeria on the 12th. So this time they are hunting you people down to deport you back to Nigeria. And there are more to this, but I think the best day to talk about it is next week Saturday. We talk about everything. But I want to give this update so that immigrants who are living in Germany, if you know you are from Nigeria, you have to know that on the 12th there will be a deportation flight to leave Germany to Nigeria. They will deport Nigerian immigrants from Germany to Nigeria. German government will never stop doing evils. It's a big threat to African security. This is what African leaders don't want to understand. And Muhammad Buhari, the Nigerian president, I will tell you the truth. You have to know that when German government keep deporting your youths back to Nigeria, it is a big threat to your country. Because there are millions of arm robbing companies there. Because I will say companies. Millions of arm robbing companies in Nigeria. Millions of raping companies in Nigeria. Millions of millions of murderers in Nigeria. All sorts kind of evils is happening in Nigeria. But Muhammad Buhari, you and your government couldn't put a stop to this. Couldn't put a stop to Boko Haram. Couldn't put a stop to raping in Nigeria. Couldn't put a stop to all this killing and kidnapping in Nigeria. Muhammad Buhari, you and your government couldn't stop all those things. And you still allow German government to be deporting another youths from here to go back to frustration. What do you want those youths to do? And when they reach in Nigeria, you have no job company for them. No job opportunity for Nigerian youths when they go back, when German deport them back to Nigeria. Muhammad Buhari is very sad indeed. But I think Muhammad Buhari, before you will agree with German government to deport your people back to Nigeria, you have to tell them to help you to fix up some companies like job opportunities for the youths. How many Nigerian immigrants are living in Europe, UK, US? How many Nigerian immigrants? All African countries came out, but Nigeria is the most popular, is the more popular, their population is more. Why? That showed the world that the government is not capable to control Nigeria. The government is not capable to feed Nigeria. The Nigerian government is not capable to stand for Nigerian youths and Nigerian peoples. I never see Muhammad Buhari came out to give a speech, a good speech to Nigerian peoples. And you call yourself a president. Nigeria is the biggest population in West Africa. We have millions of peoples in Nigeria. Millions of peoples who are living in Nigeria. Those millions of people, if you check there, is only the rich people trying to survive through poor people who are living in Nigeria. The rich people and the politicians and the governors in Nigeria and the ministers in Nigeria trying to survive through, trying to make their life good through these poor people who are trying to make their life good. Those poor people who vote for the president to become a president today, those are the people suffering, dying in the hospital, no good roads in Nigeria. But Muhammad Buhari didn't care about all those things. The only thing Muhammad Buhari and his ministers and his governors care about is how to buy vote from poor peoples. You go to poor people's home and buy them bag of rice and oil, they vote for you. Poor people, it is so easy to turn poor peoples to devils. You know, buying those poor people is not the main good reason. It's not a good decision to make. Buying those poor people with your little chicken changes. Do you think that is the right thing to do? Before you will take bag of rice and give it to the poor peoples for them to vote for you. My president of Muhammad Buhari, my president Muhammad Buhari of Nigeria. If you do good, no one will tell Nigerian people to vote for you. Any leader in Africa who trying to bribe your people for them to vote for you by buying bag of rice for them and oil for them with those chicken changes. You yourself, you know that you are not doing good. That's why you are trying to bribe your people, because if you don't bribe them, they cannot vote for you. Before you bribe them, that money you are using to buy bag of rice, how many bag of rice do you buy to bribe people? How many millions of naira you give to poor people for them to vote for you? Pack those things together and do good things. Build factories, build roads, build good hospitals. Hospital is the #1 priority of any country in this planet. You see, if you came to Europe, their hospital is organized. If you go to America, their hospital is organized, because health is the #1 priority of a man's life. If you are healthy, you can do any other thing else. But how many good hospitals do we have in Nigeria that belong to the government? If you see any good hospital in Nigeria, it's a private hospital. It doesn't belong to the government. It's a private hospital. And there are so many African countries who are like that. So many African countries. No good hospital, no good roads. And when the election is at the corner, the president will try to bribe people with bag of rice and bottle of oils. You think you can buy people? And after the election, you start killing those poor peoples. You don't care. Kidnapping cases is in Nigeria. Roads, there is no good road in Nigeria. There is no good factories. There is no factory, not even good. No factory in Nigeria. There is no job opportunity for the youths of Nigeria. When they graduate from school, finish their university and do their everything with their good certificate, they can get job. But people who don't have good certificate are getting job. Those are the son of the ministers, the son of the governors. They are getting job and they don't have good certificate. Do you think those sons of ministers, sons of governors, sons of politicians in Nigeria, do you think they graduate with good certificate? They don't graduate with good certificate, but they get good job past the poor peoples who their parents suffer to pay their school fees, and they get good education. They come out with their good certificate, but they can get job because their family background is poor. These days now, it's only rich peoples who get good jobs. It's only rich peoples who talk and people listen. It's only rich peoples who do whatever they want to do. It's only rich people who are above the law. This is Africa. This is what is happening in Africa. Only rich people children can graduate with post certificate and have a good job. But we poor peoples and our parents are poor. We kill ourselves because we know how our fathers and our mothers get money to pay our school fees. We kill ourselves to have good education, to come out with good certificate. When we came out with that good certificate, we cannot even have a gateman job. We cannot even have a security job. Not to talk of to go and sit in government office. If you go to any government office in Africa, you will meet the son of the minister. This is the son of the governor. This is the son of that politician. It's only rich people, or this is the son of another rich man from another side. That's what is happening. It's only rich people's daughters and their sons graduate with post certificate, big post certificate, and they get good jobs in Africa. This is something very bad. Very, very bad for Africa. That's why Africa is not developed. This is another reason. It's another reason why Africa is not developing. Because African rich peoples, their children, their daughters and their sons graduate with post certificate, but they get good job. Poor people who go to market and sell tomatoes and other things to try and see their children in school, try to pay their children's school fees. When their children graduate with good certificate, they can even get a job. And in Africa, every leader is saying that African youths have to be educated, have to go to school. In Africa right now, we have billions of youths who discharge from school because they have seen that even if you kill yourself to learn, as far as your family, you have poor background, your family is poor, you can never have a good job even if you graduate with good certificate. I go to school in Africa. I know how it is. If you see any serious student in Africa, his or her family is poor. But if you see any unserious student in Africa, his or her family is rich, or his father is governor or minister or a politician. They are the only people who are not serious in school, but they are the only people who are getting good jobs in Africa. All African countries are like this, especially West African countries. It's only the son and the daughters of ministers and governors and big politicians and these big rich peoples who go to school and graduate with post certificate and get good job, excellent job. Because your father is rich and the government is afraid of your father. They give his son or daughter a good job. When you go to find a job in any office, they know your father. Your father is very rich. They will employ you even if you go there with poor certificate. But when your family is poor, your family background is poor, if you are a woman, if you go to any African office to search for a job with your good certificate, as far as your family is poor, if you are a woman, the office manager or that company manager or that office manager will try to sleep with you first because your family is poor. He will sleep with you and give you that job. If you don't do that, then you are not going to have that job. How many millions of girls who graduate, how many millions of poor girls who graduate in Africa, before they get job, the manager have to sleep with them? Millions of African girls. Let me not talk about the boys. If you are a boy, if your family is poor, if you graduate with good certificate, you cannot get a job in African governments. No, it's not possible because your family is poor. So this is something that we have to step on and push it back. We should not allow this in Africa. If you are a leader in Africa, you have to know that anybody who graduates with good certificate, either his or her family is poor or rich, when he or she graduate with good certificate, you have to give him the job that is due to him or her. But it's not by rich. Education is not by rich. Knowledge is not by who is rich. Knowledge is not by who is powerful. Knowledge is not by any other rubbish things. Knowledge is a knowledge. When somebody have knowledge, no matter how the person is poor, if the person have the knowledge to run even presidency, give him the presidency to run it. If anybody who have the knowledge, even to rule the whole Africa, no matter how the person is poor, let's give him Africa to rule Africa, because he have the knowledge. So knowledge is everything in this life. But African leaders are showing with the Africans that if your father is not rich enough for the world to talk about his name, then you cannot have a job even if you graduate with good certificate. We are all dropped out from school because we have seen that the government will never help you to have a job because our family is poor. We the poor people who are in school, our fathers are poor, our mothers are poor. We try to have good education so that we can make our fathers and our mothers proud tomorrow. When we graduate with good certificate, no job. I have seen it in Gambia. Millions of peoples. Thousands of peoples. In Gambia, there is a school in the second capital of Gambia called Basse. There is a school called St. George's. St. George's Senior and Secondary School. Junior and Senior Secondary School. And Nasir Hamadia School. All the schools I'm talking about, they are in the second capital of Gambia called Basse. I have seen that in 2013, thousands of people graduate from that school, but few of them get job. And all those people who get job, those are people who their family is rich. I have seen so many of them because I was in St. George's doing my school. But I couldn't complete it because I have seen that so many millions of people, thousands of people graduate from those schools, these two schools. Nasir Hamadia School and St. George's Junior and Senior Secondary School. None of them have job. The only student who graduate from that place who get job, it doesn't pass like 100 people. And thousands of people, 2,000 and something students graduate in 2013 from these two schools. But the people who have job now, if you count it right now, it doesn't even reach 75 people, 75 students who graduate and get job in the Gambia. And I reason that time I was grade 10. And I see that it doesn't have any use for me to complete my school because I'm seeing my fellow poor people who graduate with their good certificate and they don't have job. And I see someone who graduate with poor certificate who doesn't go to school for 2 months and he get a good job working in bank. And I reason and I say, so in Gambia, if your father is not rich or your father is not a governor or minister or a big politician who is in support of the president, you cannot have a job even if you graduate with good certificate. Then I have to drop out from school before my parents will spend their money for no reason, and after I will be sitting with them without no job with my good certificate. This is something that is so serious in Africa, and we have to push it back. All African countries, especially West African countries, they are all like this. You know, Africa. But we have so many things to talk about Africa. You know, I will stand for Africa till the end. I will stop my live video here, and I want people to share this live video to groups and pages, you know, for all other peoples to know that this is the page I'm using now, PANDI MAICA 01. I'm not using that page called PANDI MAICA because the page was hacked, as you all know. As you all are seeing the page, how the page is going, the page is now a German playing page. So now I'm using this other page called PANDI MAICA 01. Please share this live video for all other peoples to see. And I thank people who watch me. God bless you all. And may God make our dreams to come pass. Everything that you lay your hand on shall become prosper. Anything good thing that we are praying to get, God will help us to have it in peace of mind. No evil against you shall prosper. Everybody with good mind should have good things in your life. May God give us long life and health, because health is the most important thing in anybody's life. So I will stop my live video here, please. I want people to share this. And next week, Saturday, I'm coming back to give you people update that is going on in this planet. You know, very big update. Very, very big update that I want to give. You know, because I want African people to know what they think about these people. That's not the thing that is going on. So I think we listen to some vibes before we go. This music is from PANDI MAICA himself.
Africa, all I need is Africa, Africa. All I want is Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I love is Africa. Libya, stop killing each other. Libya is not good anymore. Syria, stop killing each other. Syria is not good anymore. Ethiopia, stop killing each other. Ethiopia is not good anymore. Gambia, stop killing each other. Gambia is not good anymore. We don't need no separation in Africa. Tell them we don't need no fighting in this Africa. We don't need no dictatorship, Africa. We don't need no separation in Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I want is Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I love is Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I want is Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I love is Africa. Africa, I love Africa, Africa. Stand up, Africa leaders. Africa leaders, stop sleeping. Do something to move Africa forward. The governor is talking to Africa. Oyibo people think say them get mine more than Africa. Oyibo people think say them get sense more than Africa. Oyibo people think say them too important than Africa. Oyibo people think say them educated than Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I want is Africa. All I need is Africa, Africa. All I love is Africa. Africa, Africa, whoa, Africa, yeah, calling Africa, 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 the governor calling.